Hello glimpses of reality, I'm Gabriele Chiapparini, welcome to Small Photobook Cult. If you like the work we are doing here, please support us with a monthly donation worth the price of a scented candle. Our goal is to keep the podcast completely accessible, both for those who can afford to support us and those who cannot. Buy Me a Coffee is a great way to do this. You can find the link in the channel bio. Today's book, FUNICULИ, presents a deep visual exploration of a world in stillness. With modified analog prints, Hans Borg convey a time of internal turmoil as a conversation between the landscape and the life-altering force of a volcano. Lights and shadow constantly struggle in this work, which deals as much with the universality of illness and death as it does with the care of a relationship. Welcome to the episode 66 of Small Photobook Cult. We are here with Hans Borg. Hello Hans, I'm really glad to have you here today.
Hey Gabriela, same.
Let's do this episode. Before our chat and everything, I think it's important to say that Hans decided to give a copy, like a kind of giveaway of the book. I'm really happy about that because it's the first time that we do that. And thank you so much, Hans.
It's no problem, no worries. It's going to the right people, I guess.
Yeah, sure. So to decide who is going to win, let's say, this book. That is an amazing book, self-publishing. We're going to speak about that later. Hans mainly, but I'm going to help probably. We're going to choose the best comment in the comments. So write what you think about the book, the episode, the pictures. There are not right or wrong answer. You can say whatever you want. We're really curious to know what you think about the project, the pictures, and I don't know. The meaning of life, maybe. Write what you want. Yeah. So, Hans, we can start a bit by introducing yourself. Tell us a bit, how did you reach photography in your path of life?
So, I'm Hans, I'm from Bruges, and I started photography like in 2014, 15, something like that. And mainly just to document my friends, because I used to skate a lot. Now I still skate a little bit, but I'm a little bit older, so it's difficult for me. But I had a very a bad foot when I was 18. I got surgery and like my foot was really messed up, so I couldn't skate for a long time. But it's your friends. You want to see them every day. And as a skateboarder, you actually get to very interesting places and you live like a little bit on the street at the skate parks. Like it's always fun to document your friends. But it was mainly to just get some memories. And then it started like you getting older and you get out of skateboarding and start, not start life, but different things come into life. You start working, whatever. And the camera was always stayed with me, just to document and to get things home, I guess, to work with things at home and get to know the darkroom, get to know the craft. But that's the way I started.
But where this passion come from? Why photography?
That's like not only photography, it's like image building that interests me. Like it's even video. I was always surrounded by people who were very creative. Like I was back in the day, I was a skateboarder like with my friends, and we had older friends who were like buying these crazy cameras for 4,000 euros, I don't know, and making like skate movies and other things like small documentaries. And so you're always influenced by other people when you grow up, and I always looked up to my friends. And as a kid, I was always messing around with the VHS recorder from my father, like making small movies and like setting up the tripod and making things, But then that slipped away a little bit, like with the skateboarding and being, I don't know, in puberty and whatever, I lost it a little bit. But then getting older, you're like, damn, you saw all these beautiful things that people create, and you just want to make your own vision come to life, I guess. Yeah.
Yes, I Yeah, I feel it. Like to have a group of friends that are creative in general can be probably painting or music. For example, to me it was music mainly, but it's in the end it finished to be something that push you to try to do something yourself.
Yeah, yeah, it's so nice to be busy with something and to like I couldn't really imagine like not doing something, you know?
Yeah, and so let's start to 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 go deep inside this beautiful work. So, what pushed you to work on this project? Why?
Well, why? Yeah, mainly because I we had a very difficult period, my girlfriend and I. It's like the book is about. I don't want to put it very negatively or something like that. It's like it's a beautiful book and it was a beautiful outcome. But my girlfriend, she got very sick in 2021 and she had cancer and like I was devastated. We were both devastated and like. Yeah, you're very young and you're not like ready for you're never ready for these kind of things and after a while when she recovered it took a while. I wanted to do some things with the photographs I made on various trips to Italy. We always went to Italy for 1 month, like traveling with the van across the whole country because it's so beautiful and it's like yeah, it's everything we want in a country, you know. Like the storyline, the timeline was like perfect because like the first travels was like when we were like younger. Then the second travel was yeah, immediately after we came back, she became sick. And then the third time we got there, she was better. She recovered. She had no hair yet. Like all her hair was gone. She used to have like very long hair. So yeah, I started working with the images, with the photographs, and I wanted to do something with it. And suddenly, I found something, you know, with the volcanoes and I found some very easy symbols to work with to like express the way we felt during that time when it happened. So that's short, the book.
And what about the title? Then we are going to speak a lot about what you said.
Yeah, FUNICULà is the first Napolitan folk song wrote for the lift on the Vesuvius, the volcano. But she was reading like the last trip we were like walking on the Etna, and it was the first physical, a real physical thing she did because it's a little bit hard going up and down and up and down. And she was reading a book and like the words funiculi, funicula came in the book and she was like singing the song. And I was like, damn, I love the title, you know. It was immediately, damn, yeah. And then after like 1 year, I started the project, and suddenly she said like just call it funiculi funicula, you know, because it's like the circle was round, and I was like, damn, yeah, I should do that, you know, because we talked about it then on the Etna, and a lot of photographs in the book are on the Etna and various volcanoes. So yeah, that's the title.
Yeah, and that thing that doesn't exist anymore in Vesuvio. I never saw this funicolare.
No, yeah, it's funiculare indeed. Yeah. No, I don't think so. No.
No, it's really something I don't know from what years, but it's quite old, and I don't know why they dismount that. Probably it's quite like Vesuvio is quite dangerous.
Yeah.
Like yeah, you know, it's gonna to explode one day. We don't know when or where, and around there is Naples. So I don't know. Probably it was a way to try not to push the people.
To go, yeah.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Much. Yeah.
In the images, we see a lot of darkness, but also a lot of light. Is something that you work on, or
No, I just love contrast. I don't know why. It's you can give a certain mood to an image. Like even playing, I played a lot in the dark room. You know, I played a lot with the same images again and making multiple different photographs from the same negative. But I think if you play with light and darkness, you can also create the kind of mood that I was looking for, because we it was actually, we went from light to dark to light again, and it's something I like to do. Like, even if I frame photographs, I sometimes print the image 3 or 4 times in a different lighting scene, and then just frame it that way. I like it.
You like to use a really warm paper for prints.
That's old Belgian AYQGYA paper. It's very old. It's very hard to get it like nowadays, because it's I think my paper was from the 70s, something like that, and they had like this creamy paper, and you can just use Ilford or some other paper and like tone it with black tea or coffee or. But there was something different with how the blacks came out on the paper. Like, the blacks come out black, deep black, and you still have all these these. It's really black and white. I like it. It came out different than the paper nowadays. So I started using it for other projects as well before. And I was like, damn, it gives a sort of warmth that I was searching for this project, because it's very personal, and we wanted to it's more intimate, I guess.
And also in the book there are 2 main characters. One is the Volcanoes, and the other one is the girl, your partner. So why the Volcanoes?
I don't know. It's like I was very fond of volcanoes as a kid, and it's like something you can dream of. It's something so powerful, and so the first time I saw it in real life and I photographed it, it was like, man, that's so nice. And I came home and like started messing in the dark room, and then like a child, like I'm gonna try to erupt it, like getting a little stardust here or a little
like
stardust.
here.
What?
Like in this one, for example.
Yeah, like in this one, like and then getting it on the right place, and it's like really messing with chemicals in the dark room. And it came out, and I was like, man, not every paper reacts this way. And that's also something I want to say about the AYQGYA paper. If you try to do it on newer paper, it's also difficult to not every stardust it's going to be the same. Each paper has a different way of reacting to this kind of stuff. And it came out on this paper, and I was, wow, that's so nice. I really liked it. So I started doing it more. And then like the story developed. Like, I was just messing around, and then the story got built, because the thing is, I wanted to do something with the photographs from the trip, but you also want to tell something as a photographer. So it's like the volcano erupting is like the symbolic meaning of what we've been through, because everything dies around a volcano who's erupting. And afterwards, like, the ground is very fertile, and it's ready to grow again. Everything can start growing again. So it's like what we've been through, like a very very understandable, easy, symbolic meaning. And that's how I started. Like, I built the whole story around the volcanoes, and that way the book came around, actually.
Yeah. Also, I think that the volcano works really well because it's this constant presence. If you leave volcanoes like Stromboli, for example, then we have the Etna, that is quite close. Then there is the Vesuvio, and then there is Marsili, that is one that no one speaks about, but it's an underwater volcano, and it's probably the most dangerous, because when it's going to erupt, it's going to be a mess. The fact is that it's something that is going to happen. You just don't know when. But the fact is that you don't know. It's a bit a bet. You don't know when it's going to happen. And if it happens and you're not ready, like you said, you're not going to be ready, especially if you're young. You're just overwhelmed, probably. And you just have to deal with that and try to find a way out.
Oh, yeah. And it's super universal that way, because everyone can like, everyone has a story comparing to like something like that, something negative happening, and yeah, dealing with it, just dealing with it and hoping it turns positive again.
Yes, you said before we start to record the episode that it's a super personal story, and it is, but at the same time it's true that it's completely universal. Like it's not that someone is going to escape death one day. Like it's not going to happen. It's only a matter of when it's going to happen, and of course, more you are young, more it's weird and unexpected. But to be honest, it's also not so. It's not so uncommon. I think especially in our culture, in the Western culture, we try to avoid completely to think about illness and death. And while I think it's better to, start build a kind of relationship with that.
Yeah, you're always trying to cope with it. If something happens, you just try to deal with it. And like, I don't know, photography was the best kind of way to deal with this. But actually, no, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I left photography. I photographed like the whole period. Like, I'm also documenting daily life. But I didn't make things while this was happening. And then it's nice, like, if everything is over, you're like going through it again, and like, how did I feel about this, and what did happen. Like, if you make something, you're like really thinking things over, and that was really nice for me, because I remember when, like, the word cancer or something, someone in a movie on TV was dealing with cancer or something like that, I immediately started having tears in my eyes, and I thought back to those moments. So for me, it was really good to be busy with it and make something very symbolic and beautiful and everyday. Like, I didn't want to put like cancer or illness or sickness into the book, but like, I wanted to make something where you have like, there's a little dark side in this book, but there's also light. So I wanted to make a universal story for everyone who's dealing with something, because the book, I made the book, like, in the beginning, it's very peaceful. You have the bumblebee who's flying across a flower, and it starts very, very easy, and then you get into like the cover, a portal. It's like, for me, it's a portal, and you get in a very chaotic part with all the volcano eruptions and things, and but then you go back to the same portal, and you're like, whew, damn, I'm out. And like, I had one picture where my girlfriend was swimming, and you saw the Stromboli in the back. And from the moment I saw that photograph, I was like, damn, it's like she survived. It was like the volcano, the Stromboli, like exploded in the back, and she swam all the way back here to me to make this picture, and she survived. So that was immediately the thing. This picture has to be in the end of the book.
Is it the last picture, right?
And no, not the last picture, but if you, there's no page numbers in it. It's like it's near
Let me
the
know
end.
when we reach that picture.
It's
like, I'm gonna to slowly flow through the book, but when we reach
yeah,
the picture.
yeah. Let's do that. When we're at the picture, it's like, for me, it was such a beautiful picture. And then the very last picture is like a very hopeful picture of my girlfriend, like, looking up in the sky, but also very close up, that you don't recognize her, just the eye and some hair.
Yeah, she's never really. You cannot see her. You see
No,
her shape, her body, but not the face. It's
that's all. Yeah, also part of the universal language. You don't want to, otherwise you're like pushing through, like, it's this. No, you want to dream. You want to see like a figure, and you can see yourself in that figure.
Yeah, Lisa Sorgini said in one of the last episodes that the taking picture is a kind of proof that you are here, or you were there at least. So I like what you said about your girlfriend coming back to you and the fact that you took that picture.
Yeah. I listened to the last episode as well, and I was like nodding constantly because it's like you're there, but actually you can. The thing is, you can make photographs and like give a total different context to the photograph. Like in here as well, like you don't the picture I was telling about, you don't see my girlfriend. So for me, it's a very it's like a family picture or whatever. But you can make things. You can make much more things if you try to like give it another context or don't show faces or yeah, that's the most beautiful thing, I guess, because in this way you can photograph everywhere, like on the smallest country, or in the countryside, or in the even in your own house, like Lisa, her book, the children growing up. It's you can do everything with photography, and that's the beautiful thing about it.
Hans, how do you interview on the prints? How is your process, for example, of the sparking of light somewhere? Or
I like Stardust. I don't know why. I like it because it gives a magical feeling to it. And when I was printing, I was like spraying with stop liquids, or like spraying and like getting little holes into paper and like burning light through to get the black dots, like the ashes from the volcanoes. Yeah, I just like it because actually I was before this project, I was always trying to be perfect, and it didn't make sense because I was shooting film, then getting it scanned, then spending hours getting all the dust and like the little particles from the digital files, and then like reprint it. And though yeah, I was a little bit younger, so it's fine, you learn. But I was like, damn, and I saw a book from Wouter van der Voorde, that Death is Not Here. It's like an amazing book. And he was just printing in the darkroom. And if there's a finger or like a spot or some filth or something like that on the print, no worries. No worries at all. It's organical. It's nice. And I like that work so much. So why was I spending all my time like making perfect images? And like in the darkroom I was the same, trying to make the perfect image, and like, oh no, there's dust there. I have to get it away with some paint, to spot it. But it don't make sense because it's not my personality. So it was very freeing for me to make this kind of work and just like be like this image, this photograph. Like in the darkroom, I was like, oh damn, no, I messed up. It's not it's not right. I like. Yeah, the paper was not good in the frame. The lighting was also not like the best. But then when I saw it, it came out, and I took it upstairs and like put it into water, washed it, and it was from that session the only photograph I took with me to like keep it. So it's very freeing to do this kind of work and to just like get human errors into your work, because what's the point of showing something perfect? Nobody likes perfect. I don't know if nobody likes perfect, but I don't like the perfect thing. So
yeah, and especially in a work with a topic like this one.
yeah, that's very true. It's yeah.
I really like also a super clean, straight pictures. I like architectural pictures a lot. But yeah, of course, I cannot see that kind of images here. As
Yeah, but I'm big fan from like in storytelling by Gregory Halpern. Like his images are 6x7 and negatives, like very clean, very really perfect actually. And like Lisa Sorgini as well, like the her pictures are like like, wow, it's so nice. But in this context, and like working with black and white negatives, and like for this kind of storytelling, it would be strange to do it that kind of way.
Yeah, I agree. What happened here? Like there are some pictures that in this case probably are 4 different prints or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why?
I like to. Why? Because the simple reason I wanted to print a little bit bigger, and I was like, I'm just gonna take a few and make a bigger frame and then print it like that, and that also gives like the feeling of constructing a story or telling something. I like the wrinkles and the shapes of how this turned out, you know. So I did it one time, and I really just put some tape behind and let it hang on the wall for a week or something like that. And it didn't get weird or something like that. I really liked it, so I kept it that way and tried to make some more things with it.
It's something that you do also later probably, and also I like this kind of repetition. Is it like it's probably the same picture, or are 2 different pictures this one?
No, it's the same. I actually printed a lot of the same pictures and just gave it another lighting condition, because yeah, like in the beginning I said, it's I think it's so nice to make from one negative different photographs and just put them together. It gives another feeling. It can give a day-night feeling, a dark mood to a light. I don't know. It gives a human side to it.
And yeah, there is a lot of different kind of intervention in the pictures.
Yeah.
And Hans, did you work with a designer for the book?
Yeah, my friend. It's one of my best friends actually. He's a designer here in Bruges, and it's like the most, because it's one of my best friends, the most organic way of working, and he has a very tight style. You know, it's he doesn't want to make something very very complicated or something like that, and I'm a bit in the same direction. So it's always nice working with him, and there's no deadline. If you're self-publishing or you're making something, there's actually no deadline. So it's refreshing to work with him. We get together. I do the sequencing, obviously, and I let him do the cover and all the rest, the typo. And yeah, then we get together again, check it. Nah, I don't like this. I don't like that. Maybe we can do it this way, and in this way we get to the best possible book I can make, I guess.
Why you decide for the full bleed? A lot of pictures are just without border and nothing, while some other you can really see the prints.
Yeah, actually, we changed that just before we were going to print. So maybe a few days before we were printing, I was like calling Brecht. His name is Brecht, and I was calling him and was like, "Man, we have to change it because my second book was a smaller book and a lot of white border. And as I was flipping through, I was like, damn, it's I like the white border thing, but if you go full bleed, you're like immediately inside the book. There's no escape. There's no. It's only the picture and that's it. So I called Brecht and asked him, can we get together again? We need to do everything full bleed. And he was like, man, told you from the beginning.
Okay.
So we put everything full bleed, and obviously I think Renato D'Agostin. Yeah, so I have 4 books of him, and he always makes the same size of book and always goes full bleed as well. And that was like the feeling I was going for. If I flip through his books, there's no escape. It's big size. And for this project, I wanted to keep the people busy. You know, it has to be big, not a small sized photograph or something.
Yeah, it starts also to be a bit overwhelming after a while, and I think it's really give to the viewer the right feelings of the of the moment of your life.
Yeah, yeah.
And also, like in a page like this one that is full bleed, it's really full of stuff.
Yeah.
I love the contrast between the fact that also here it's a bit overwhelming, but you have this kind of gesture of freedom of this hand moving in the air. So I think all the book is a bit full of this contrast between this heaviness of not also the situation, but the life in general, and then this kind of reaction of try to escape to.
Yeah, it's nice because you're totally it's totally right what you are saying. Like this photograph I printed a few times. It's like 3 different photographs from the same moment, and in the end there's also that photograph, but just standing alone. And for me that was a kind of gesture of freedom. And like here it's still in the chaotic part, and it's like trying to get out of the frame or trying to push or get to that freedom. So it's nice that you have the same feeling about it. That's the evidence for like the universal language of imagery.
What kind of equipment did you use for this work? Like, did you choose a specific one, or it was just your camera?
I'm using the M6. I bought it like in 2017 or something, and that was a big step for me because they're a little bit expensive, and actually it's just one of the most basic cameras ever. But I like gear that's beautiful and not too big and not too difficult to work with. And for me, it always did the job. So through the whole book, I used the same camera with some old M lenses. You know, I try to use 50 millimeters and 90 and 135 as well. So it's all on the same camera, and I didn't. Yeah, I don't want to change gear very quickly. And if I change gear, I always go back to this camera. So better to stick with it.
So is the work all in 35 millimeters?
Yeah, the workers and 35 millimeters. Some color as well. I had some color negatives from the first strip that I printed in black and white as well.
And you never felt the call of the medium format?
I have immediate format, like a Bronica 6x6, and I really like it. But that's the thing; you make different work with it. It's a different kind of workflow. Like it's slower. It's slow working. So I guess if I would shoot medium format, I already know upfront what I'm going to make, and that's not really the kind of work I want to make because I'm always photographing. I'm always documenting. And that's like exactly how Lisa told you in the last episode. Like my archive is so big. I have so many things, and the stories always come afterwards. That's so freeing to go to your archive and like, if something happens or you're onto something, can I make something with this? It's so nice. And if I have some immediate format stuff, but it's always a different kind of approach if I use it.
I like in this picture, for me, it's a bit like, I don't know the word in English, tarocchi. It's in Italian, the card where you read your future, tarot.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
It's something that you turn the first one and it's light, and again it's light, but then you start to see a shadow in what the cards are telling you. And I like the fact that you decide to split this image in these 9 shapes.
Yeah, I was from the beginning. This photograph, I was so fond of the rock formation and the sea because it's so vast and so strong and so lonely, so isolated. So it's calling for a lot of feelings. And then the way you print it, like in these 9 different prints with some stardust and some imperfections. It totally fitted the story of like being isolated and I don't know, being isolated and like having some moments for yourself or thinking, or I don't know. For me, it's just really the feeling. If I think I can give 100 different meanings to the photograph, but I just really liked it and the way it looked and the way it sparked something in me.
But also the fact that you need all the 9 parts to have something understandable. Each one alone, it doesn't really work.
Yeah, that's true. That's the thing I like about like printing on small sheets of paper and just stacking them. It's really nice, I think.
What was left out of the book, and how did you select what went in?
Very difficult because I start sweating now. This question really gets me back to sequencing because that's the most difficult thing to do. I had like more than 500 photographs, and I think in the book are somewhat near the 80 or something. And that's a lot. 80 photographs is a lot in a photo book because it gets heavy after a while. But the sequencing was so hard. I had so many things. But you start, there was one friend, one photographer as well here from Kent, a very good friend. And he's the only one who came and like helped me. I put all the darkroom prints on the floor in my home and started like getting couples or like making a timeline. And he was helping. And really it's always nice to don't show it to like 10 different people because then it's not yours anymore, but I think it's always handy to get some insight from somebody else and then you can still do whatever you want. So I changed the book like 100 times. I even printed small passport format digital prints from them and I kept them in the truck. I'm a truck driver as profession, so I took them with me on work and like made different sequences or made different like combos until it became clear. Like if you start making I made the book like in 3 sections and that made it easier and then you start to eliminate and then you get there, you know. There's still a lot of images who certainly would have worked in the book, but as you said, after a while, full bleed, 80 photographs, it's heavy. So you don't want to make it too heavy. So yeah, that's a sequencing. It's the hardest part of the book, really.
Is this the picture that you...
Yeah. This is the one, indeed. Oh man, I love it so much.
Because of the way probably you print the picture, it's look like the volcano is still smoking.
Yeah, but it was actually smoking.
Yeah, because is it Stromboli?
Yeah, it's Stromboli.
So Stromboli is always smoking. Like
Yeah. So, and I have some photographs where I like use the stardusting on Stromboli to make it more, but in this case it wasn't needed because I wanted this particular photograph. I wanted to be real because it was real and the feeling I have with it was real as well. So the third part is more like you're getting out of the portal, out of the chaos and back to reality, back to like, damn, we survived this and let's go for it. So that's why it's so clean as well.
And also resurfacing, and I like all this concept. In that case, it was for a completely different story, but there is a link. But where you were in this moment, because Stromboli look quite far.
Yeah, I'm using it's crazy, but I like to use the 135 millimeter, the M lens, like f4, and I'm like into the water, but because of the focal length, like everything gets a little bit more compact, you know.
Yeah, but you cannot swim until that distance. So were you on a boat or the coast of Calabria?
No,
where?
The beautiful Tropea.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the place so much. We went there and spent a few days there, and then took the boat to Sicily, to go on the Etna. And then actually we were going home, but we went back. We were going home with the boats to like Livorno or something like that to go back to Belgium. But we decided to go back to Tropea and like get the last days there and just drive like 25 hours back in 2 days.
It's a long trip, especially from south of Italy. It's really, really long. Why you decide for the self-publishing and why you don't try with some publishing house?
If you give it out of hands or you start mailing like your project, you get it to different people and you're like waiting on somebody to say, hey, yeah, I like this, I want to do this. But if you do it yourself and it's then you can just do it, you know. I had the graphic designer, my friend, and I have a very good printer here in Bruges, like Die Keure. He's doing a lot of printing for over the whole world, like art books. So they know what to do. So I didn't want to like send it to a whole bunch of people I don't know and like let them decide if they want to do something. And if they do something, then maybe the book would have come out differently. Now it's a really personal book. Like the detail, the outcome, everything is from myself and one of my best friends. So I don't know. That's mainly the reason, I guess. Yeah.
How many copies did you print?
400.
400, yeah. So quite a lot.
Yeah, for me, because my first book was 100 copies. That was gone very quickly because, you know, some people around here in Bruges and in Belgium, and okay. And I always did pre-orders. So that one was sold out quickly. And then the second one, I was like, okay, I'm going to do 200. That was a little bit more. And I was like, damn. But it was badly printed. It was not good printed. So it's difficult to get it out there then as well. You know, it's yeah. So it's sold out as well. And then this one, I even want to do 800. You know, I don't know why. I love the book and I was taking a leap, and 400, okay, it's a lot, but I think it's nice that if you make something that it's not sold out like immediately because you spent a lot of work on it. And if there's somebody a year from here, maybe I can give him still a book, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's nice. It's nice.
Or you can also publish the second edition of the book.
Yeah, that's the first time I put it in the back, like it's first edition. So I can always maybe do a second print.
Are you going to change something if you are going to publish the second edition?
I don't think so. Maybe the color of the thread. No.
Yeah,
no, I don't.
No, but to be honest, I'm a collector, and it's not because I want, it's because I need. Like I was a collector when I was a kid of comics, and now I'm a collector of photo books. And I really, it's something that I really appreciate when the second edition has something different. Can be also, the
Yeah, I know what you mean. It's like the same thing I was struggling with, but I just put it in there like, if it's really going this fast and there's a lot of, we can always do a second one, but indeed you want to make that the people who bought the first edition, that it's actually, that there's some reference, that it's different.
Yeah, it can be the thread, really.
I didn't actually think about it yet because I didn't give it a thought. I just give the thought, like I was telling to Brecht, the graphic designer, let's put it in. You never know, even maybe 10 years from here or 20 years from here, if you want to do something, we can always do a second printing. But it's not like the top of my mind, because mostly I'm like, if it's done, it's done. 400 copies across the world is already very nice.
It is, but I think this book can really sold out quite easily. It's beautiful, it's well done. The book itself, it's an amazing object. The work is great. And we reach the end with this picture that is the only one where you can almost clearly see the face. Not clear because it's just one eye.
It gave me like hope. If I look to the photograph, I'm looking at the PDF now, and it's like, it gives me hope. So it was the perfect way of ending, because now we're all right, you know. My girlfriend Lotte, actually, the only present I gave to her inside the book, like, she knew I was making the book. We discussed if it was okay if I made something about the spirit in our life, this very personal period. And in the beginning of the book, like, if you open the cover, you have the second cover, and you see 4L. That's in the beginning of the book. 4L, like, that's the only thing. She was very, very surprised by it, for Lotte. So another personal touch, but you know, it's 4L dot. So
I want to ask you, which one is your favorite volcano after becoming an expert about them?
Well, the Stromboli for me was very crazy, because we were on a boat, and we couldn't get to the Stromboli because it was really active that period. But the Etna was, we were climbing on the Etna, and like it's you're more like into the volcano there. So that one was like more, you were more invested, I guess. But seeing the Stromboli like really active, like smoke coming out of it, that was really crazy as well. So I put them on the same level, I guess.
Okay. I understand why. I understand. I'm not gonna to add nothing else, but
we even slept like nearby the Etna, and it's like the wind is it was like crazy weather as well. It was like a lot of wind. So the whole experience is like more physical there. But still, even the Vesuvius, even there, if you see it, if you're driving on the highway, and you suddenly see something like that, you feel so small as a human.
But so you didn't sleep in Stromboli?
No.
Never.
It was too active. No, never. It was too active. We couldn't get onto the.
So it's going to be your next trip. It's amazing to be there, because there is this constant sounds
of turbulence of the man.
It's really weird. Like there is like a constant thunderstorm coming. You know, you see this sounds.
The hard
really, that's beautiful.
Yeah. But actually, after the book, we went to Italy again, but northern, because of I told you before, we have a small child from almost 2 years now. So we went to Cinque Terre and the Lake of Lugano, like in the north. Also very beautiful, but like Italy still is stealing our hearts. So I think next summer, I think in June, we go again. So maybe a little bit further again. I don't know. It's such a big country. It's so nice.
It's really long. It's not so really big, but it's really long, and we have a lot of mountains, because all the people speaks about the Alps that are in the north, but there are also Apennini that go through north to south and divide the Italy in two parts, east and west. That to me are amazing, because they are not popular as Alps, are lower, but it's
but also very fascinating. If you pass there, you're like, damn, how is this possible? It's so nice.
I'm wondering a lot to start a project about that part, like all the Apennini parts, because it's a bit of a forgotten place in Italy. It's interesting. We will see with time.
Very sharp edged. Like, if I remember driving there, it's like almost teeth or something like that.
And anyway, Etna, Vesuvio, and all the islands like Stromboli are part of the Apennini. It's the same kind of mountains. So I love it. I also because quite close to Bologna, there are beautiful mountains that are Apennini again. So I used to spend a lot of my childhood in that places.
Yeah, I'm not jealous, but I'm so. It's so nice for you to grow up there. I think, because man, it's so beautiful. Like here in Belgium, if we come back from Italy and we come back in Belgium, like the Netherlands, Belgium, everything is so flat and so Like in Italy, everything is like there's passion, there's good food. There, every village is like beautiful, beautiful nature. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
and
really
then we have a lot of other problems, let's say.
yeah, yes, yeah. That's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
but I understand that as a visitors, you can just take the good parts. So
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
first to end the episode. I want to say thank you again. Probably it's going to be like I don't know many times I done it, but to Andrea from TP, because I saw your work before on Instagram, but like you never know. Like the picture seems great, but you don't know if the book is a good book also as an object. But I have my special dealer of amazing books, that is Andrea from TP, and he sent me a videos of your book. And when it comes from him, it's a yes all the time.
It's a yes all the time. Yeah, Andrea. Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Andrea as well because he's been such a big support and like he's the main character in getting the book into the right places.
Yep.
So really, I'm really, really, really thankful, Andrea. Thank you.
Yes, thank you again. It's going to happen again and again, probably in the next months. But I think it's important to say that. And also, I want to remember to everyone that comments under this video what you want, what you think, everything you want, and there is a copy for the best comments. It's really weird to say that. It's the first time,
Yeah,
but I'm glad.
like very commercial.
Yeah, it's true. But I'm glad to do it. And also, it's always so beautiful to, I don't know, to send a present to someone that you don't know. It's amazing.
Yeah.
Something that I love. So thank you again, Hans, for that.
No.
So first, the tough question, that is, ask yourself a question and give yourself an answer.
I didn't think about this one actually.
Yeah, because I didn't told you.
No, you didn't tell me. Ask a question. I would say I will keep it in with this theme, like in the book. Like how would you cope with if something is happening in your life, like somebody getting sick or something bad happening? What can you do, or how can you get some help? And like the answer is like talk to people and try to not push people away or something. Because in the beginning you're angry and you have the feeling that it's everyone else's fault or it's not honest, like not fair. But actually, the key is talk to people and try to like get out there and talk a lot and help each other a lot, and then you'll get through. Help each other, and that's the thing. Actually, that's the thing I didn't do in the beginning. I like was mad and couldn't talk to anyone. But now I know the only thing that really helps is having good people around you and embrace it and talk.
The second is, do you have a specific music that you suggest to listen while watching this book?
Well, because it's such a it's like in three pieces. It's divided in three different parts. I would say something like they have different kind of mood, but like Godspeed You Black Emperor, something like that. It has very dark parts and they flow in the same way. I don't know if you know the music.
A specific record or?
Lift Your Skinny, I think, Storm or like Sleep. I don't know any particular because they really make long songs, and it's divided in like a dark part, and then go more light, and then chaotic. And if I can listen to something, I would say Godspeed You Black Emperor, really, because it's soothing. It's very soothing to
Yeah, I agree.
to how I see it. Yeah.
I have, I think, 2 or 3 vinyls from the band, and I also went to see a live show, and it's amazing. Also,
Yeah,
because
it's
they
really
changed.
like that. Def Flag Blues was one of my favorite songs, and yeah, some of the earlier, actually the earlier work I listened to a lot. So that's a good start to. But it can be a little dark, and I don't want to push it. any more darker. But if I was going to listen to something, I would pick that band.
Do you learn something while doing this project that can help other photographers?
Choose a very good printer and really, because if you can make the most beautiful work, if you have a bad printing and it happens, I've been there, then actually your whole project is in ashes. So get a good paper and speak with your graphic designer, speak with your printer, and make sure everything is in order,
Yeah.
because it's very important.
Also, when you said choose the good paper, like, to me it means choose the right paper for the project, because I have some projects that are really printed in something that can consider not an incredible quality paper, but it really fits the project. I think it's really important to mention that. I think the paper you choose for this one is really great. It's worked perfectly. But I think, the suggestion to spend time to find the right one, it's really something important.
Yeah, I don't want. I can give like other. Also, if you make something, but I don't want to. Everyone has his own way of working, so everyone has to learn his way of storytelling and photographing. But if you're at the end and you want to make something, that's like the make or break. Because if you have bad paper, it's not nice. If you have bad printing, it's not nice.
No, I agree.
So, and Andrea, he told me the same.
Yeah.
Andrea, the same. It's a make or break.
Yeah, I've been there too, so I know. I know that you need to really find the paper that works for you and that can really speak with the project. And it's really tough because you don't know nothing about papers. Like
no, you get there and for them it's like just another project, and they want to do it because
exactly.
like they want to do the art books because it's something special. They can show it to other companies from, hey, we can make something like this as well, something artsy, or so they want to do it. But it's for them it's just another project that brings like some money, and for us it's like much more than that. So make sure you tell them that it's like the most important thing in life at that moment,
because probably your project is going to be in between some flyers and some pizzas menu for something. So
that's the thing. So that's really good advice, I think. If you do it yourself, if it's
also with the publishing house, of course, the good part is that they have a lot of knowledge about papers, of course, more than me, for example. But anyways, I think it's a process that you need to choose together, because, for example, for our book, we choose a specific paper, and I don't know what happened, but the printers didn't get that specific paper in time, so they suggest to change for another one that it was really similar. And they said, no, let's wait for our paper. Let's wait 2 months more, and the book is going to be out later. But let's wait for that one, because I know how it's going to work with the images. I don't know the other one. It's really similar, okay, but it's not that one. And all the tests that we've done, it was with that one. So it's a bit crazy.
Yeah, it's really crazy. That's the most actually going there and like you get your time to like check how it's printed, how the plates are made, and how it's gonna get printed. But even then, you're going away, driving home, and you're like, okay, now they're printing my book. Like I'm going in 3 days, and you're like, whoa, man, what's it gonna be this time? Because really, printers, damn, it's crazy. So make sure you have a very good printer and you can talk to him.
And the very, very last question, can you suggest us a book or more than one to have here in one of the future episodes?
I told him, I don't know if you got him already, Wouter van der Voorde, Def is Not Here. is one of my favorite books. Actually, it's a very nice book. It's so nice, and but I think you already had the suggestion. I have it here in my living room, Between the Skin and the Sea of Katrin Kuning.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody mentioned
Yeah, I still need to contact her, but I'm really curious. It seems really a great book. Yeah.
I've got this book, but actually just seeing her work online, and I was always she can really make some photographs where you can with feeling, where you can keep watching, and like the book as well. It's nice. It's nice. It's very nice. I like it. It's a nice book.
Okay, thank you, Thomas, so much, Hans.
Thank you for everything.
See you soon in
It's really
Italy.
nice. Yeah, I hope so. We go to Bologna actually. It's all stop in Bologna, so maybe we can get together.
Sure.
Once.
To eat tortellini or
Yes.
something else.
Yeah. Oh, man, everything is tasty there, so no problem.
Okay, thank you so much to everyone, and bye bye from me and Hans. Ciao, Hans.
Thank you. Bye bye, Gabriela.